Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm trying something else out this time. I'm doing this shit live, so if it sounds different, that may be why. If not, fuck 'em. Anyway, in this video, I'm gonna be doing a bunker guide, and right now I'm driving to there, to the bunker. But I'm doing this way. It seems like something easier. But anyway, this bunker guide is gonna be just explaining how the bunker business works, when to sell, and all that. And I'll tell you when to sell if you're solo, and when to sell if you're not. Like if you have a certain amount of friends helping you and stuff. So, stay tuned for it. It's going to be pretty good information. Like I said, it's for solo and non-solo players. It's not just one or the other. That was a nice accidental drift. Now this is the farmhouse location right here, just so you can kind of get an idea of it later if you want to, because that will come in handy. But yeah, this is going to be a guide. Alright, so of course, if you want to buy a bunker, pull up your phone, internet, go to foreclosures. So to do that, you can go right down there. I don't know if it'll be there. I think these change, so I don't know if it'll be right there. But if you go up to money and services, it's the second thing. So even if it does, it's not that hard to find. Now there are bunkers all over. There's a lot of things. I'm just doing this to make this easier. Now there are 3 bunkers that are pretty good locations, and yeah, really, honestly, every bunker on here below this little line that I just drew with the cursor is a pretty good location. I used to have this grapeseed one right here. It's not too bad, to be honest, because it's really still pretty close to the highway, but it is kind of annoying with like say you get the phantom wedges or something, because then you gotta drive on the tiny ass road to get to the highway, or if you go a little slow in the dune buggies, and you're kind of screwed. But the one you want to stay away from is Paleto Bay. Do not buy this one. It's cheap, I know. Don't buy it though, because you gotta drive all the way down through there to here. It's just annoying. The ones you're gonna want to buy are gonna be either the farmhouse right there, the Route 68 bunker right there. I like this one a little bit, or the Chumash. If you don't have a lot of money, the Chumash is a very good location to buy, because as you can see, it's literally right next to the highway. Like, you just kind of off-road real quick and you're right there, and it's real close to the city. And then there's cell missions that are all through these hills right here. I don't think right here, but I know there's a cell that kind of comes over here. There's, I think, a cell that's like in this area. So I mean, it's close to some of the locations, and then there's also a cell that sets you up almost perfect. It's one of the dune buggy ones will go here. I think you'll cut into Weasel News area, and then like another one down here. Like, I mean, the location's great because it's right off of this highway. It's it's right next to the city, and it's also pretty cheap, right? 1.65 million. That's a nice price for it. The negatives to it though are if you use other businesses and you resupply everything at the same time, it's kind of far away from everything, even in the city, right? The reason I moved from the Chumash was because I used to have the Chumash, but the reason I moved was because I would resupply these businesses and have to go all the way over here to get this. That's why I moved. It's a similar problem with any other businesses that you have in the city, but if you can deal with that, whatever. There's really not too. If you're in the city, there's not too many bunker locations. There's only 2 that are kind of close, and I think Chumash is probably a little closer than than the farmhouse is to any business, at least. But the Chumash is a good location. It's not bad. It's definitely one of the better ones. It's hard to say which one's the best, but this is definitely one of the best. Definitely recommended, especially if you don't have too much money. Just buy this. You're not missing out on too much. The reason I said to buy this one is because it's real close. I mean, look, it's right off of a main road-ish, and then boom, it's right here is the road that you would take to get into the city, and boom, you're right there. Also, there's cells that are real close to it. There's cells that are in this area and this area. So I mean, it's not too bad of a location. And also, especially if you have other businesses, this is a great location to have. I like this location just because it's right on a main road that you're going to use a lot. And if you have an oppressor, then it doesn't matter anyway. You don't care about roads, right? Now, the negative to this location is that it is kind of it's right in the middle, right? Which is good, but it's not, because it's kind of away from where you're going to be. you're usually on the outside of the map rather than on the inside, especially in the country, right? You're not going in Blaine County. You're not going through on these roads a lot, except maybe to resupply or sell. This is probably the third best. It's not the best, but certainly not the worst. I definitely recommend it. The farmhouse, which is the one I have, I think it's like 2.2 million. I know it's the most expensive bunker that you can get. This one is nice though, because while it's not exactly on the highway or on a main road, it's right next to it, right? Like this road's not that bad to drive down either. It's not bumpy, or it's a little bumpy, but it's not. You're not gonna spin out doing this, or you're not gonna have to make sharp turns like say on this road here or something like that. You get to just drive right to it, and it's right next to a highway. It's right next to a main road that you can use to get to the city. It's right next to a road that you can use to get to the highway, and then it's a straight shot. The reason I like this more than Chumash is, like I said earlier, it's closer to these businesses up here, which when I use these all the time, then I had to resupply, and I didn't feel like going all the way over here. So I'd resupply and then hit my bunker. Boom, it's right there. I don't have to go all the way down here. So that's why I like the farmhouse, and also it's a pretty good location. The reason I say it's slightly better than Chumash is because, as you see, the Chumash has a lot of turns on this road right through here. But they're not sharp, so you're not really losing too much speed. This is almost a straight shot. While it's a little farther north, it's almost a straight shot into the city. Those are really going to be the three that I recommend. But you don't have to buy those, of course. I mean, the Fort Zancudo is a good location. It's a bitch to get to a little bit, because you can't get off this bridge. You have to go around and then boom. But if you're selling, you can use this hill and then just jump on the bridge and go from there. So that's not a horrible location. It's a little annoying to get to. But these up here, I wouldn't recommend getting anything above this little line right here. I probably wouldn't get this one either, just because the location itself isn't that good. While they're next to a highway, that's like you're paying that. Might as well just get this, right? I mean, might as well. So really, like I said, get the Route 68 bunker, Chumash bunker, or the farmhouse. Those are your best ones to buy. Now that you have the bunker, go ahead and obviously you're going to want to go to your computer and go into it. You got to be in a public session, of course, to go in to the computer. Right there's the total earnings, your sales. Obviously, if you just bought your bunker, you're not going to have anything anywhere. So anyway, you're now with the bunker, it's not like every other business where you just have one thing, right? You have research also, which if you view unlocks, I haven't done most of the research just because I felt like it was pointless. A lot of the stuff just isn't really worth it to me. I'm not going to sit through a bunch of camos to get stuff, and I've sat through a lot of camos apparently. Yeah, I have. And yeah, I'm not paying for shit either to unlock it, right? So to me, it's just not worth it to do. Now research is worth it to do. I just don't want to do it because I'm stubborn. I would recommend doing it at least to get the rockets on the oppressor, at least to get to that, because without those, life is very hard for you if you want to make money in the game. It's not very hard, but it does get harder, because these missiles are great, and I think you have to have these in order to get the Oppressor Mark II missiles. My bad on that awkward silence, but so anyway, you're to put them on research or manufacturing, go to manage staff, and then pick one. Don't pick both, because if you pick both, you get like half of what you normally do for the manufacturing. You get like half research. So I think it's half and half. I'm not sure. I know you get about half of what you normally get manufacturing for your product, but it's not worth it to do both, right? Just pick one. If you're doing research, do research. If you're doing manufacturing, do manufacturing. After you do your research, you can fast track it if you want, right? You know, it's expensive to do that, but you know, pick one. Can't do both, and then go on. You know, if you want to do research, do your research. If you want to do manufacturing, do it. Nothing else. Don't do both. That's really it for that, though. I mean, it's not that. You know, you just pick one, and once your research is done, you'll never come back to this little page again. Now your upgrades. Now this is where it gets a little weird, right? Because most businesses, you can get rated pretty quickly. At the bunker, you cannot be rated off of one batch of supplies. Which, if you're a solo player, you only need one batch of supplies. That's it. But we'll get into that a little bit later. You can't be rated if you're only selling this as a solo player. You only can get rated if you are buying supplies twice or more, right? It's just the way the product level works. I think it's like 175,000 is the number you get rated at, and as you see, this is at 56 with double money. So really, it's only at 28. So really, it's only at 28,000. It needs to get to 175,000 before I can get rated, and these supplies will cap out at 140. So I can't get rated, right? I think it's 175. It's somewhere around there. I'm not sure, but I know I can't get rated. I've never been rated on my bunker, but one time, and that was because it was full. But yeah, the equipment upgrade will cost you $1,100,000. It's $1,155,000. The equipment upgrades you need and the staff upgrades you need, though, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. As you see, what this says, it's higher quality equipment. It speeds up your manufacturing, and it also speeds up your research. But this gets your supplies to last longer and increases the value. Just as it says, this does the same thing, except you hire more staff to work for you. It's different. And the security, you can buy security if you want, but you don't need it if you're a solo player. If you are not a solo player, it is optional. I only bought it because I was starting to just sit on my bunker a lot. I didn't really touch it too much. But yeah, you need these two upgrades. This one is up to you to buy. But the staff upgrade will cost you $598,500, and the security upgrade will cost you $351,000. These are the only two that impact product and stuff. This will make raids take longer. Now you can still get raided, but it takes longer to kick in, and the threshold to get to is higher than normal. But you can still get raided. Don't think that this stops raids completely. Then you got shut down business. You'll never really be down here. I mean, there's no point. So now we're gonna get into selling. Before you sell, you want to resupply, right? And you also want to, if you are selling solo, you will only buy one batch of supplies, and once that batch of supplies is over, you go sell, right? You don't want to steal supplies. Stealing supplies uses a lot of time that you don't need to use. You can do, in the time that it would take you to steal supplies, you can do other things that would make you money instead. So it's really, you know, that just buy supplies. Don't fucking don't steal them. There's no point. You just use a lot more time. The supplies will cost you anywhere from $15,000 to $75,000, unless Rockstar does a sell or something. Now, when it comes to selling stock, you can sell Blaine County or Los Santos. All bunkers have these two same options in the same places. It's similar to MC businesses. If you sell farther away, you make more money. If you sell closer, you make less. You always want to sell to Los Santos. There's no point in not. I mean, you're missing out on money for selling anywhere else. Always sell to Los Santos. That's where it's not that far. If you bought one of the three bunkers that was earlier in the video, then it's not that far, you know. So just sell to Los Santos. You make more money, and yeah, you make, what is it, half. So say the sale was $200,000, you'd make half of that extra. So $100,000 extra, $300,000 is what you would make off of that sale rather than 200. See, just sell to Los Santos, and when you sell, boom, you know, you just confirm. And if it's not double money, The one batch of supplies will make $210,000 worth of product if you sell it to Los Santos. Oh my fucking god! This mission is not the one that you want at all. This mission sucks. Like, I'm probably just gonna use this for footage and close out afterwards. But anyway, you just, you drive to Los Santos, do the mission, sell, get done. Boom. That's $210,000. Right now it's double money when I'm filming this, so it's $420,000 that I make normally. But of course I sold it early, just kind of get the point across. And this is why I like this bunker, is because you see the drive. I mean, it's not bad at all just to get to this highway. And then from the highway, I mean, it's nothing. But yeah, the bunker's a simple business to run. It's the best solo business that, not best solo business, it's the best passive business for solo players. But you can use this as a, to sell with multiple people. If you have resupplied it twice, have three people with you. If you have someone extra fucking with it, it's better to have extra than less, too little. So, if you've resupplied 2 times, grab 3 people. If you resupplied any more, grab 4. Because if you have 4 buggies and you have 3 people, it will be very difficult to complete that sale. You have to basically do everything perfect to get that sale done. It has been done before, but very hard to do. If you get this mission, your life, this mission fucking sucks, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it can be easy if you have people, because you can have someone on an oppressor just fuck everything up and you don't have to do much and it just goes by way quicker. Solo, it is annoying though. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know down below, comment. Anything I didn't answer, just let me know, like down below. Like I said, anything that I think of that I didn't answer, I will put in the comments below. And yeah, just check the comments or description. I'll put it in the description. Just check the comments and or description, whatever. If whatever your question is isn't answered there, ask it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Trying this out. I don't know if I'll keep doing it. It's easier. I like it, but I feel like it's not as quality. Let me know what you think of the live commentary. Anyway, I will see you guys next video. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and bye.